unfinished business of a major nature, something a man has yearned for and something he might accomplish given an extension.
Well, there is one thing.
What is it, Mr. Boogman?
Well, between you and me, I never made a truly big pitch. I mean a big pitch. A pitch big enough for the skies to open up. You know, a pitch for the angels.
People are afraid because they make themselves afraid. They're afraid because they subvert every great thing ever discovered, every fine idea ever thought, every marvelous invention ever conceived. They subvert it, Jody. They make it crooked and devious. Then too late, far too late, they ask themselves the question, why?
May I have a cigarette?
The way I figure it, Mr. Sturka, you owe Ann and me a little money here. Marvelous scientist. Very bad card player.
Oh, I wouldn't have believed that. I would have guessed that Sturka here was a good gambler. I'd have guessed he'd gamble on most anything.
This is not the kind of money I like to keep, Flora. This is tainted. This is highly immoral. No good can come from money won like this. I'm going back in there and feed it back into the machine, Flora.
Franklin, that's the third time you've cashed a check.
I know that.
Well, you've spent a great deal of money.
I know that, too.
Don't you think you ought to stop now?
How can I stop? I've lost a great deal of money. You said it yourself. I've got to win it back.
Every answer seems to fit.
You're joking, aren't you? I mean, Don, no more.
Coincidence?
Yes.
All right, then you ask it some questions. Or are you afraid to?
All right.
Just looking up at the sky. That's right, just looking up at the sky as though he were waiting for something. As though he were looking for something.
You know, really, this is for laughs. You know what I'm guilty of? I'm guilty of insomnia. Now, what's the penalty for that?
And stop telling me who's dangerous and who isn't, and who's safe and who's a menace. And you're with them, too, all of you. You're all standing out here, all set to crucify somebody. You're all set to find a scapegoat. You're all desperate to point some kind of a finger at a neighbor